What's up, YouTube? It is your boy JB, and I'm here tonight with the review for a brand new season of Love and Hip Hop New York. This is season number 10. This is episode number 1, and it's titled Homecoming. So you guys know that this is the season of the OGs returning. I know we got Jim and Chrissy back, we got Olivia back, we got Safari and Erica Mena, we got Tahiri back, we got I think Samaya Reese is back. So we got a whole lot of the season 1 up until current, some of the cast members. So you guys, without further ado, let's go ahead and just jump into tonight's episode. All right, you guys. So I actually feel like Mona's been listening to the fans for a while now, because for me, when it came to Love and Hip Hop New York, I actually stopped. I didn't watch season 3. I watched bits and pieces of season 3 after Jim and Chrissy and them left. I didn't watch it anymore until K. Michelle came on for that one season, and she wasn't really there that much. And then I came back, I did watch the season after K. Michelle left, and that's when I really got back into it. I think that was the season that we got Cardi B. It might have been a season or two later. But nonetheless, Chrissy is back. We're reintroduced to Chrissy. And unfortunately, she and Jim are still not married to each other. They got engaged, 8 years ago? I really thought that when she proposed to him, I was just like, oh my God, like, girl, you making yourself look stupid. And then when he proposed to her, I'm like, you still kind of look a little stupid, because I don't know if y'all gonna get married. And again, 8 years later, they're not married. And 15 years into their relationship, they're still not married. Now, Chrissy did say on the real that, she thought to herself, is marriage what she really wanted? I'm like, okay, what the fuck ever. And my thing is, we all know that before they left the show, she had the issue with his mama. And I'm like, so what if something bad happens to Jimmy and, he's in the hospital and they say only the next of kin can come in? Well, technically, you're not the next of kin because you're not legally married to him. Or if a decision comes down and they say, next of kin has to make a decision, and if Nancy's not here and his kid is his son, you won't have any say-so in it. So, if that's what Chrissy wants, we're going to let Chrissy have what Chrissy, we're going to let her have it. I'm just going to, shut my mouth. So, we also know that she lived in Miami for a while. We also know that they've done some other reality shows outside of Love and Hip Hop that I don't think did too well. I know they did one with a season. I think it was either WeTV or it was no, I think it was WeTV. No, it was VH1. Didn't they do a show on VH1 after they left Love and Hip Hop with Emily? They did a show. I don't forget which station network it was on, but they did a show that didn't last too long. So then, she's asking Jimmy, has he talked to Joel since he's, went away to school? And he says, nah, he hadn't, really talked to him. She says, what about Kimbella? He says, no, not with Kimbella either. So, Chrissy's whole thing now is that she wants to go on this whole thing about, making amends with the people that when she left New York, she wasn't on good terms with, i.e. Kimbella and i.e. Yandy Smith. Don't know if things are going to work out between she and Yandy, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. So we do see her. She's meeting up with Chrissy is meeting up with Kimbella. My bad, y'all. And if I was Kimbella, I would have told Mona when she says so, because, they always tell them who they're going to film a scene with before they get there. And when Mona would have came to me and said, so we need you to film with Chrissy, I would have been like, who? Me? Bitch, no. I ain't afraid of her. By no means don't think that I'm afraid of, Chrissy. But somebody that sneaky, like Chrissy really played the shit out of Kimbella. If you guys go back to season 2, when Kimbella was wrong for what she did, bringing up at that party where they were celebrating Emily and her relationship, in whatever that shit is with her and Fab. For her to bring up the fact that she messed around with Fab, I respected Chrissy. Because Emily was not going to say anything to Kimbella. Emily was not going to do anything to Kimbella. But Chrissy, however, drug her ass for filth. I'm like, damn. And then they kept showing the clip throughout the whole 2 episodes I'm like, y'all just gonna keep showing the fact that Chrissy drugged the shit out of Kimbella. Like, damn, y'all let the girl live and breathe? But yeah, there's just absolutely no way in fuck. I'm like, I don't want to stay on Reddit with a bitch that already done fought me once before and drug my motherfucking ass. Who are you talking to? Nah, we're good, Mona. Doc my pay for that day, but I'd be damned if I'm finna sit down with her. Doc my motherfucking pay is what I would have told Mona in no uncertain words. Dock my pay, bitch, because I'm not finna sit with that girl. Ain't no way in fucking hell I'm finna sit with her. You saw that footage of that bitch hitting me? Like, you saw it. I still look pretty. Yeah, you look pretty with a fucked up ass lip. So, they sit down with each other. And the whole reason why I guess that they're doing this now is because they're on camera, for one. And, Chrissy just wants to, since Jewels and Jimmy are brothers and, in the whole Dipset family, she says, you know what? Let's make amends. Let's talk about that ugly situation. I do apologize. And then Kimbella gonna sit there and ask her, why did she do it? Why did she do it? Because Emily wasn't gonna do it? That's why? Because you was talking reckless out your mouth? Like, you deserve to get pops. So I'm not gonna sit here and say she didn't deserve it, because you deserve to get pops. Was she wrong for hitting you? Absolutely. Should it have been Emily? Absolutely. Was Emily gonna do it? Absolutely not. So, they move on. They are, she accepts her apology, and they good. I'm like, cool. Again, I don't know if the same thing can be said for Miss Yandy Smith, but let's move on, you guys. Speaking of the slippery snake that is Yandy, we see her, she's at this, what did she call, what was it? This event for prison reform. I'm all here for prison reform. I've had family members that have been in prison. It's not the ideal, I mean, shit, you shouldn't want to go in the first place. But if you do happen to go, it's not ideal. They don't treat people well. You get sick, no good care in there. Because I had an uncle who was in prison. He got sick. They sent him home because they knew eventually he was going to pass away, which he did. He lasted a few months, but he still ended up passing away because he got sick in prison. I don't know what he got sick with, but he got sick. He got so sick to the point where when he first went to prison, he was a big guy, but then over the years you see him shrink down. Then eventually he couldn't even walk. He was in a wheelchair. So yeah, he just got sick in prison. And so yeah, I'm all about prison reform. We see rubbing pennies. He's back. He's talking about the fact that he is still dealing with this situation with Miracle and her court case. I'm like, damn, this has been at least a year now. But I'm not even gonna talk about that. And then Remy's talking about how she's free, and Remy's also talking about she's all for prison reform as well. They talking about the judges need to think about these sentences that they give these people. Um, I beg to differ, Remy. I mean, number one, you shot a bitch in the stomach, but that's neither here nor there. But I beg to differ. Oh, excuse me, y'all. I really do beg to differ. Now, my thing is, yes, sometimes the sentences can be a little lengthy, but what I want to say, I know what I want to say. I'm trying to think of how I want to say it. Yes, the prison sentences can be, extraneous, whatever you want to say. But and I'm speaking specifically because to our people, black people, we got to do better. We do stupid shit that lands us into those situations. So we as black people, brown people, the minorities who are primarily in prison, we have to do better. It's plain and as simple as that. We got to do better. If we do better, they can't send us to prison. They can't put us in prison for 50 plus years, 20 years, whatever they give, whatever the sentence is. And yes, do I agree sometimes that the sentence doesn't always match the crime? Absolutely. But once you do something that you give them all of your, once you do something that you put your life in their hands, it's a done deal. Like, there's not much that anybody can do. Yes, your lawyers can go to jail for you. I mean, not go to jail. Yes, your lawyers can go to bat for you. Try to get you, you know, um, what am I trying to say? Not probation. When you're in prison, they try to get you out on parole. Yes, they do that kind of stuff. But again, if we just do better about what we do, we can take the power away from the judicial system. And I'm just, I'm not here to preach to anybody, but that's just how I feel. So, we see Kimbella. Kimbella shows up to support Yandy. Yandy was surprised that she showed up. I was surprised that she showed up as well. Now, here's where I'm going to be bothered with Kimbella and Yandy's friendship. So, we all remember last season, they were not in a good space. But at the end of the season finale, Kimbella got married to Jewels. Who was in Kimbella's wedding? Yandy. Now this season, they're not in a good space again. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I just get, and then, actually, this is how it worked last season. They were in a good space at the wedding. At the reunion, they weren't in a good space, and now they're still not in a good space. They're in a so-so space. I'm just like, these two are so fucking draining and so fucking annoying. Like, good goddamn. So then we see Juju's there, and Jonathan is there as well. So Yandy goes and talks to them, and, Jonathan is talking about the fact that Chrissy reached out to him. And I'm like, why would you bring up Chrissy? Like, that shit was just messy as fuck. But that is what Jonathan is. He's messy. He is messy as fuck. And I'm just like, you know what, Jonathan? And I don't know why these girls don't say shit to him. Like, you do realize he's playing carrier pigeon. Like, he's playing phone tag. Like, he's saying one thing to you, and then he's going over here saying the other thing to someone else, and then this person, and then that person. Like, I just can't stand people like that. Like, be one way in front of me. Like, that's why my grandmother always said to me, as a kid, when I used to have a lot of friends, she was like, the same people that you gossip with, they can be the same people that's gossiping. If they're gossiping with you, you better believe that they're gossiping about you behind your back. And I learned that. I didn't learn it. I'm not going to say I learned it the hard way, but I did learn that lesson when I was in high school. Because there was one friend that I was cool with. She told me, I never told her none of my business, but, she would tell me everything that she knew about other people. I'm like, oh, okay. You can talk about other people's business. And then she did try to make some stuff up about me, but I'm like, hey, that ain't true. Like, and I know where y'all got that from, because I would, sometimes if you just do it, if you feed people fake information that you don't care, just feed them fake information to see if they're gonna go tell other people. 9 times out of 10 they will, and that's what happened with this situation. I fed some fake ass information that I knew if it got back, I knew who it came from, and it happened. And I'm like, good on you. So let's move on, you guys. All right, you guys. So let's talk about Joe, old man Joe in the shoe, and Sim. So you guys remember last season at the end of it, those two got engaged together, and you guys know over the summer, I believe it was, they broke up with each other. I think they broke up just before filming started this season, that's why I was wondering if they were coming back. But nonetheless, they're back this season. So we see Sin, and she's out with her son Lexington, he's a cute little guy. And she says that they broke up 4 months after they got engaged because she said that he cheated on her. Now old man Joe in the shoe says otherwise. He says that Sin went through his phone and she saw something that it could have looked like she was cheating, but he really wasn't. And I'm just like, wow, Joe, so you don't want to take accountability? If she saw something in your phone, obviously the shit was inappropriate, but you still don't want to take any accountability for it. And then she says that, she notices some changes in him. She said she noticed that he was losing some interest in her. And then he agreed to that. He says, but I told you the things that I didn't like and what I wanted to change. And she was like, no, you never did sit down with me. And even still, if you did tell me that, why did you propose to me if you felt that way? And I had to agree with her on that situation. If you feel strongly that I'm not doing this, that I'm not doing that, that you're not happy with me, that you're not happy with this relationship, why would you then get down on one knee and ask me to marry you? And then when I say yes, you go and do all this dumb, stupid shit. Makes no sense. It actually makes no sense whatsoever. So then, she's talking about him cheating on her, and she gets mad, and honest to God, I understood why Sin got mad. because Joe is not taking accountability for things that he's done. Now, yes, Joe says he didn't cheat on her. Again, like I just said a few minutes ago, it's not the fact that you didn't, even if you didn't cheat on her, you still did something that was inappropriate in your relationship. You entertained someone outside of your relationship. So, although you might not have had and cheating does not necessarily mean sexual. It can be emotional. It can be an emotional affair. Like, it, it doesn't have to always be physical. It can be emotional and physical, or it can just be, it can be physical, solely physical, no emotional, or it can be emotional, no physical, or it can be a combination of both. And Joe is just not taking any accountability for what he did. And Sin got mad and told production to take the microphones off of me. I'm done. And like I said, 100% on Sin's side. I don't even blame Sin because I probably would have felt the same fucking way. Like, that was rude as fuck and disrespectful as fuck. But let's move on, you guys. All right. Next, we got Erica Mena and Safari. Did they go to the same doctor to get their teeth done? Now, I know that Erica Mena had her teeth done when she went to Love and Hip Hop Atlanta for season, what was this, season 8? So, season 7. I know she got her teeth done then, but looks like she got them done again because this time they look a little bit bigger than they were when she was in Atlanta. That's neither here nor there. It is 3 weeks out until she and Safari's wedding, which they are currently married, which I was so surprised that they even got married. 100% surprised, especially after that video she made when she, had those when he bought those roses for her, and she had destroyed them, and then they just it was just a trail of shit on the floor. And when I saw that video, I'm like, who the fuck cleaned that up? Like, who cleaned it up? So, you guys, we also found out, which we already knew about this, that Safari and Erica Mena, they're having a baby. Now, so Erica is talking about how, she's so thankful to have Safari in her life because he was there for her when her dad died. And she feels like her dad, brought Safari to her so that way, when he wasn't there, she would have someone. I'm like, oh, okay. If that's what you guys want to say. I just don't, when it comes to Erica and Safari, I just, like I said, they are married, but it's just something I cannot put my finger on those two. Cannot. And I'm not going to try to. I'm just going to keep it pushing and move on with the episode. All right, so we see Pap, we see Old Man Joe in the shoe, and we see rubbing pennies. So they out having a good time. They're talking about, their lives. Technically, we only talk about Joe's life because Joe, he's talking about how he sees Sam, but he doesn't see Sam because they don't have a conversation. Only thing that they do is she gives him the baby. And I was happy with Pap. Pap called Joe out on his shit. He's like, you're not taking accountability for what happened in your relationship, which that is true. Joe is definitely not taking any kind of accountability for anything that is going on in his relationship with Sim. He wants to blame it on Sim so badly. He wants to say that when he went on tour, when he came back home, Sim was gone because Sim went through his phone and saw something that, she deemed inappropriate. No. If you were entertaining another female, it was inappropriate. She did what she thought was best for her and her son, and she got the fuck up and left. Like, I was so happy when Pap telling him, you got to take some ownership in this situation. Don't try to put it all on Sin. And the thing with Joe is, what Joe's trying to do is, he's trying to make it out because, Sin is this young woman that she is, she's the reason for it. I bet you Sin take back that comment she said about black women. I bet you. Now, she did take that comment back. I think she did it on the Reel a few weeks ago. Maybe a month or so ago, whenever. Now, Pap, he's also talking to the guys about Remy because Remy is having a freedom party, so to speak. And, so let's go back to Joe for just a second. So Joe is also talking about how when it comes down to him and Sim, basically all he wants is what's best for their son, which, I mean, that's okay. No one's judging him for that. What I am judging him for is the fact that this motherfucker just don't want to take accountability for his actions. So then we do see Remy in the studio. She's signed to her label. They want her to put her music out like yesteryear. And the golden child, she is such a cute little girl. So then we see everyone out supporting Remy, including Fat Joe. We see Safari there, so we find out that Safari and Joe are cool after last season. Him and Rubbin Pennies, not so much. He's not sure, but Rubbin Pennies does come up to him and he's like, congratulations. And then he tries to speak to Erica, and he tries to extend his hand to shake it, and she's like, and I'm not even gonna knock Erica for that one, because I'm with Erica. Like, you talked cash money shit last season about me being with him. Now you want to sit here and say congratulations? That's fake as fuck. And then at the reunion, you tried to charge at him over the table. Fake as fuck. I ain't feeling you. Fuck off. Get the fuck out of my face. So for that one, I'm definitely here on her side. Like, pay him absolute dust. So then the episode gets ready to close out, and in walks Chrissy and Kimbella together. And Gandy looks shocked as fuck. So that is it for episode 1, Homecoming. So be sure to like this video, leave your comments, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification button so you guys know when I drop anything else. Share this video, and I will see you guys for episode 2 in Hollywood Reunion Part 2. I don't know why Mona decided to do a 3-part reunion of fucking Hollywood, but we're gonna get through it, you guys. So stick around for episode 2.